we get started with today's video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hey, what is up, everybody? Sierra here, back for another great video for you guys. Welcome to my channel. If you all are brand new, please like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Be sure to turn on those notifications for more up-to-date info and stuff. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Umbra Initiative. And Umbra Initiative is basically like Striker, but the only difference is between Striker and this build is that this build, in cover, you will shoot normal, but when you're out of cover, you'll shoot really fast. So it's basically like Striker, and I really do suggest this build. I think it is really good. And so we're going to talk about the weapons, the gear sets, the skills, everything. And please stay tuned for the last part of this video, because I'm going to be giving you guys some last tips in case if you guys don't want to run these weapons and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and talk about this build. So I'm running Survivalist as my specialization. The weapons I'm running is Emelin's Guard, which is one of my all-time favorite SMGs. It has 900 RPM, it runs 50 bullets in the magazine, and it has a talent called Perfect Preservation, which is where if you kill an enemy, it repairs 12% of your armor for 5 seconds. Headshot kills repair your armor also with an additional 12%, so 24% right there if you're shooting a headshot and you kill the enemy. It's really good weapon. I really do suggest this gun for any type of build that you want to do. Eagle Bear is the next weapon I'm running. It's an exotic AR that you can only get in Operation Dark Hours. And as you can tell, I have everything on my weapon maximized. Assault rifle damage, health damage. It even runs headshot damage as well. And it also runs a talent called Eagle Strike. So basically, Eagle Strike has to do with the accuracy. And it also talks about the second part of the talent called Tenacity. So Tenacity is basically, it talks about like the damage and stuff. So 40 to 60% of damage taken is delayed until the buff repairs or expires, actually. But it all has to do with with the damage and stuff like that. So you guys probably know what this gun is. I really do recommend it. First part of my build is called the Carthage Mask. It's an exotic mask, and it was released in Season 9, and it runs maximized armor, incoming repairs and armor regen. Also put a crit hit chance mod on here because I really did need the crit hit chance on it. But it also runs a talent called Vicious Cycle. So what it does is it triggers a purge, which means it removes all stacks and status effects and turns them into a healing cloud, which drops below your feet. So if you're in cover or something like that, and just standing out of cover, it will still drop it if your health gets too low and stuff like that, and it will repair your armor by 5% and stuff. So really worth it. First piece we're going to talk about is the backpack. So it runs crit hit chance, which is 15%, 30% reload speed, with 4 pieces on. However, it runs from the shadows into the light. And basically it's a 2-in-1 type talent. So when you're in cover and stuff, as I said earlier, your gun will shoot normal, but when you're out of cover, it changes the gun and shoots like what Striker does. So it shoots really fast, and it goes up by 0.3% on the RPM, and it's amazing, to be honest. because when you're shooting a gun, like say for example, if you're running the Grudge, or you're running a FAMAS, or you're running a Honey Badger, any of those weapons, basically your rate of fire out of cover will go up. And I really do suggest this whole entire build. And the backpack even has into light, which increases the stacks on everything. So same thing with the chest piece. Also running armor regen, crit hit damage on it, and it also has an increase on from the shadows from 50 to 100, and stat gains from 10 to 20. So basically all that has to do with the main talent of the whole entire build itself, with the 4-piece and stuff. But if you don't want to run armor regen, you can run all 3. You can run all red, but I wanted to do red and blue because I figured why not make this into a DPS armor regen. And when you're in cover, your armor does go up a little at a time, so stay in cover for about 5 or 10 seconds and your armor should be fully back to normal. You don't have to use armor kits in cover, but out of cover, well, let's just say it like this, it's not worth it, to be honest. But anyway, in this, this is the gloves I'm running, and it's running armor regen as well. But it's not maximized armor regen, but I do have to optimize it to, maximize it a little. But as soon as I get all the materials, that's what's going to happen. But then later on, I will show you guys another version of this build. I'll just let everyone know when I'll be uploading that video. But until then, just please have your notifications on, and I will let everybody know when I'm about to upload it. And the video should be available like later on as well. So the next piece we're going to be talking about is the knee pad, or holster actually. The holster is Grupo Sombra, and it runs crit hit damage. If you don't want to run Grupo Sombra, then you can put on like a piece of bellstone or anything like that. But I went with Grupo Sombra only because I had one that had crit hit chance, and I was able to recalibrate the crit hit damage. Last but not least is of course the knee pads, and it's running armor regen. And yeah, so that's it on that. Next part we're going to talk about is of course the skills. I'm running High Reviver on this build. As you guys know, many of my builds that I've been doing and stuff like that also has High Reviver on it, because I like to use this a lot, and it's one of my favorite skills. But I'm currently running a Reviver Armor Repair, which is at 9.1%. I'm also running 9.8% health, which is good just in case if enemies start to shoot it while I'm down. And I'm running +4 stem charges, also in case if I would just want to put it down and have it heal me and stuff like that. So the other thing too that I hardly run sometimes, I run it sometimes but not all the time, I run the decoy. And the reason why I went with the decoy for this build is because I like to throw it out and have enemies distracted so I can get that advantage towards them. I'm also running a 7% duration, which increases the duration it stands out. But I'm also running a 7.5% health, just in case if they start to shoot it as well. So at least from there, I can always, I can always have an advantage towards them, and it can distract them for a little while until I get around them or something like that. But it is worth it. Last but not least is the stats of the build. I got 60% crit hit chance, 99% crit hit damage, and 80% headshot damage. The reason for that is because since running Umbra and stuff like that, and it has to do in the talent and everything, you still get good enough damage. So as long as you get your crit hit damage a little over 95%, this build will run really smooth, even if you're running a weapon that has over 900 RPM. I really do suggest that. So before we end this video for tonight, you guys, I do have a few suggestions for some weapons, just in case if you don't want to run these current weapons on this build. So don't worry, I got you on this one. So let's go ahead and check out the weapons, but don't worry, you guys, I got your back on this, just in case if you guys don't want to run these weapons. But anyway, the first weapon I'm going to talk about is the AUG. It's a really good weapon. Even when you're running damage to armor and you run nothing but damage to armor, the RPM's at 725. The magazine runs around 45 with an extended mag. But it is a great weapon, even if you're running it with Striker or Negotiator or True Patriot. The next weapon I'm going to talk about is Tactical UMP 45. Now, there is other types of UMP 45. There's Tactical, there's Regular, and so on. But this one, well, they're all the same. But I like running this weapon. And I would recommend talents like Killer, Ranger, Stained, or any of those type things that will raise your like crit hit chance and damage and stuff like that. Really good weapon, if I do say so. And last but not least, as you guys, many of you guys know, I ran this weapon before on another build several times, but this is called the Dark Winter. It's a named weapon, SMG. It's awesome, and it runs perfect killer talent, which has to do with crit hit damage and stuff. So I really do suggest this weapon. Next weapon we're going to talk about is, of course, ARs, and the first weapon we're going to talk about is the Burnout, which is a really good weapon, as many of you guys know, 900 RPM. Another 900 RPM weapon is the CTAR 21. This weapon really shreds armor, and I really do have to suggest this weapon myself, and running Killer on it is just perfect. Running it on True Patriot, Negotiators, Striker, Providence, any of those type DPS builds, it will get the job done. Next weapon is Honey Badger, which is a AR, which I really love. Awesome weapon. I really do suggest running either crit damage or crit chance on it. It's awesome either way. Last but not least is the TBK 408, and as you guys know, this is the main variant, and the other variant is called the Keenbreaker, which is a named version of this one that runs perfect flatline. But this one, you can run any type of talent that you want, Vindictive, Killer, any of those things. So choose wisely on what talent that you want to run. And so that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on any type of builds that you want to run or you need help with, please let me know in the comments of this video, and I will be happy to help you guys out eventually. But anyway, you guys, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out.